A little windy today, but it's around 2:30, and I wanted to cook that hop hornbeam, so we're getting the fire started. As you know, this wood is a hard wood to fire harden in tiller, because it you want to make sure it has enough moisture before you fire harden it, and it has a way of dropping down to nothing. And we got 7% in a riser. % in the limbs, 7% in the other limb. Okay, so we're good to fire harden it. I will no longer, from heat treating, I will no longer fire harden the bow unless it has 6% at least. Okay, so we're good. And then after it gets fire hardened, we're going to soak this a few times to get it hydrated to put the moisture back in. Okay, once the coals are going, like we got them now, and I got this hop hornbeam on the back set jig over, I take the stick, right? Important part of the tools are the stick, and these big heavy fireplace gloves are a must, okay? And what I do is, I'm going to knock around these coals, and you want them lower by this riser. You don't want the riser to catch. Okay, and how you tell the heat is right underneath here. 1, 2, 3, and you got to feel like, okay, that's it. I can't take it anymore. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Believe it or not, it's pretty good. And our start time is 10 to 3. Okay, so hopefully before it gets dark, we'll have this hop hornbeam fire hardened. Okay, the goal for fire hardening here is to get a nice brown color from the fade outs to the ends. Okay, it's not so much the time, it's kind of the coloring. You want it to have a nice dark brown. Okay, so it's cooking, and we're gonna let it go. I started it 10 to 3, and it's 20 after. It's got a lot to go, and we'll check it in about another 15-20 minutes. At a half hour in, all these clamps had to get tightened. Okay, and if there's spaces when you lay this out, like a little twist, every 15-20 minutes, give it a little turn, and it'll pull it up into the back set jig, into the jig itself, whatever kind of jig you have. As it heats up, the wood gets pliable. At that half an hour point, I knock off a few ashes. I'll throw some more coals on, and you know, you could just check it, but you got to let the coals go on before you test the wood, or before you test the heat, because it'll cool off a little. I knocked the ashes, and because of the tin foil, it went down a little bit. And once it cooks, about 10 more minutes, I will recheck it. That 1, 2, 3. And you know, once it goes, we'll adjust the height, so it's 1, 2, 3, and I can't stand it no more. But tighten your clamps, and the idea is to get it brown. Okay, here's the riser. Look at the right side. Okay, it's getting nice color. Here's the left side. The left side's got some nice color too, coming along. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, 410, added some more coals, knocked off the ashes, checked the clamps, moved the clamps over so the spots, the white spots will get some color, and check in another 15-20 minutes. I mentioned, just in case you were curious, what that stick and little brick is. Well, all the clamps were on the one side when I moved them, so I'm using that stick and that little block just as a counterbalance to keep it upright, level. Okay, I just checked the color. It happens to be 435, and it's nice dark brown on the right hand side, and the left hand side needs a little more color, and we're going to let it go. Like I said, the time isn't important, but we're going to let it go another 20 minutes and see what we got. But the right side really is cooked. I would say that bow is well done. I'm done fire hardening, and It's got a dark brown throughout the whole bow, and we're going to let it cool, and I'll take it off and I'll show you what it looks like. And I want to show you something else that's over on my left side. I have turkeys, wild turkeys that come in the yard. You see her? You see her over there? Can you see her? That's Henrietta. Henrietta is pretty bold. She comes up and she's trying to eat the cat food. And you see the two cats that we have over there that are laying over there by that bush? They're smart enough not to know not to mess with the turkeys. And there's more in the back. There's a total of 13 of them. But old Henrietta over there, she is not afraid of anything. We were shooting a bow the other day and she came out. So, that's okay. No matter how hard you try, sometimes with the imperfections in these bows and rises and limbs, you can't take out all the imperfections. Even when you fire harden it and crank down the clamps, there might be a slight little twist here, and it's going to be okay. I'll be able to tiller it. It's just not perfect, and it's a hunk of wood, so it's not going to be perfect, even though our goal is to tiller it perfect. Go on. Keep going. No, don't come over here by the cat food. No. No, don't even look. Don't talk to me. No. No, get out of here. Go ahead. It's all 13 of them. Here's all 13 of them. All right, see them in the back and in the back too? Okay. Get out of here, go. All right, this Hop Hornbeam is an incredibly hard wood. Okay, I think it's like none other. And when I took the clamps off, you could look, and you see that little bit, 1/4 inch or whatever it is, a spring back. And I was told that if you get spring back, it's not fire hardened. Well, it's been 3 hours or more. And let's check out the browning, okay? Look, right? Really dark brown. We got a little splinter here, but it don't seem to be going all the way through, so, you know, we'll see if we can sand that out. But look at the browning, right? Right into the fade outs, okay? Fade out over here, look at its color, okay? I'm telling you, it's just a real tough wood, okay? So what we're gonna do with this here, you can check out the back set. And there is some back set on that. And there's absolutely zero moisture in this at all. There's no moisture, nothing, right, that the meter would read. So what we're gonna do is, before this goes inside, I'm going to do this twice. Okay? Twice. A wet rag. Wet. Alright? I'm going to try and put moisture back in this here. Soaking wet. Okay? And it really don't penetrate that well. You know, it's fire hardened. It's sealed. So I'm going to do my best to saturate this with water. Try and get some hydration back in this. Because I don't know when I'm going to tiller it, but one thing I will tell you, I'm not even going to attempt to tiller this. Not even attempt to tiller it unless it's got 8% moisture in it. Okay. I think the limbs before I fire hardened it was like 6 and 7. I'm going to try and get as much moisture as I can in this. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to do this a couple times during the night. I'm going to leave it right up on the back deck. You may think this is extreme or whatever, but it's not. Okay, so this is my fire hardened Hop Hornbeam. Okay, I'm going to be putting moisture in it for however long it takes to get the moisture up there. And then one day, I'm going to take my time and tiller this. Okay, it's 66 inches long, tip to tip. And I'm going to take my time micro-tillering this. I want to get a perfect tiller out of this. Okay, And the weight isn't so much important to me because either it's going to be a hunting bow or it's going to be a 3D bow. But I want it to have a nice tiller and not break because it's too dry. All right. So that's the end of this video. I just wanted to show you me soaking it down. I'm going to be soaking it down every couple hours maybe, and put it in the house and let it acclimate to the moisture content in a room. And then one day when we test it on a meter, I don't know when, I doubt it'll be tomorrow, but you never know. When we get moisture in here, we're going to tiller it, and I'm going to take my time and micro tiller this and try and get an absolute perfect bow. So that's the goal. Who knows what happens, you know. If not, I do have the fire pit in the back. All right, so here we go. Watch my other videos on Bear Bow Joe. Thanks for watching.